Welcome to the sights and sounds of the cabin at Glendale. For the first time, this historic property in this idyllic setting is on the market. Built in 1929 and enjoyed for generations by Dick Knecht's family, the cabin outbuildings are currently listed through Stephanie Lean of VIP Properties in Rapid City, South Dakota.
It has been in our family for 75 or 80 years, and we have the original deed, which was an old mining company in the Black Hills. The original deed is actually signed by Grover Cleveland, the president at the time, and so we've been the only family that's had it for all of those years. It's never been for sale before.
To maintain the authenticity of the cabin's heritage, the property has undergone very little change, with the exception of modern upgrades. A small office space and a master bedroom were added in 1960, and an indoor bathroom before that, but not much has changed since its original construction more than 80 years ago, and the Knechts wanted it just that way. Yet, as a well-known architect and home designer himself, Dick Knecht is aware that prospective buyers might wish to update and add to the current structure, so he's drawn up blueprints for just such a project. Those plans would create a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home, and those plans are included in the purchase of the property. Currently, the cabin is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath structure that surrounds you with the feel of its natural setting. A place that invites you to slow down, linger, enjoy the cool breeze, the sound of the creek, and the wildlife. A perfect and much-needed escape in today's hectic world. Glendale Cabin is situated on the site of the old Glendale Tin Mine and Mill that was in operation beginning in the late 1800s.
It was an original series of mining claims, and the government wanted people to come out here and establish the communities of Custer and Keystone and in the late 1800s. And this cabin property was a tin mill. And so there was a mine on the top of the hill, and there was a tram cable system that came over and dropped the ore into where the cabin is built now.
And many of the materials used in 1929 to construct the cabin came straight from the remnants of the old tin mine.
The original old mill mined timbers are still in there. And there's some real unusual joints in it and stuff like that, but the cabin has a great big high ceiling in it. The mill had a big ceiling in it. And so a lot of the things are the original pieces. All of the stone walls there are the original walls that date back to 1889. And most of them are moss covered and beautiful. And so we haven't really changed too much in 80 years.
The location of the property is ideal. It is in the heart of the Black Hills near Keystone, South Dakota. When Mr. Knecht was a child, he and his playmates would climb the ridge just to the north of the cabin and watch and listen to the blasting that was going on during the construction of Mount Rushmore, a mere 3 miles away.
We could never understand why we would be sitting up there and you'd see the blast and then you'd hear the blast after the rock fell down. We couldn't figure that out.
The Knechts have spent a lot of time hiking here as well as wildlife watching, especially enjoying quietly watching adult eagles train their young right here on the property, and catching a few trout in Iron Creek that runs through the property near the cabin. And the location is so tranquil and beautiful, you'll feel miles and miles away from the bustle of the city, yet you're a mere 25 minutes from Rapid City, and the road you'll use to get there is paved and accessible year-round. Delight in a stroll through this natural setting. Enjoy cold spring water from the working hand pump. Cozy up to the fireplace at dusk. Sleep on the screened-in porch. Make your morning coffee on the authentic wood stove. It's all here. Perhaps you're the one to add to the rich history of Glendale Cabin for generations to come. To make this property your own, the first step is to contact Stephanie Lean of VIP Properties. She would be pleased to give qualified buyers the grand tour of this one-of-a-kind property that has been loved and cared for by the Knecht family for the past 80 years.